And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
And we got these. We heard about this study being done at the University of Maryland. Thank you, University of Maryland, where a real doctor, a real scientist, studying real things for the good of humanity, finally created a monitor that can pick up farce and see how often someone's...
That's the scientific pronunciation, farce.
Yeah, it's
a soft T.
Yeah, it's that region of the world where that happens, and they go, farce. It's a farce. So anyway, Nicholas has got his fart monitor, and Adalfo has agreed to get his fart monitor. And Nick says he mailed the fart monitor to Adalfo, and I said, where's the tracking number? What's the tracking number? And he said, there is no tracking number. So Nick mailed out something, but he passed the buck. He gave it to someone else to mail to Adalfo. So we don't really know if Adalfo's going to get it. Uh-oh. Because they did one of the tracking, the options where you can't track the package, but then Nick had this whole convoluted thing that he started babbling about that I didn't want to hear.
Well, you can still track it even when there's no tracking. Is what Nick tried to tell us.
You can randomly search for any package that's in the mail, and they'll tell you when it's coming, based on what?
Instagram.
Yeah, like it made no sense what he was saying. But one thing that has come out of this, I highly doubt Adolfo's getting this fart monitor, by the way. I just want that on the record. Like that this was shipped in the mail to an address that Adalfo gave them sounds like, to me, it's never happening. Because at least if there was a tracking number, you would see where it was delivered to. But now it's just in the air going to, I don't know where.
Thousands of miles away going to Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I can't recall the last time I mailed a package without a tracking number. And I mail packages, say, 10 times a year. Like I'll sell something on eBay, I'll mail a gift to my parents. I just don't know how you mail a package without a tracking number.
Oh. If Adalfo ever gets it, one of his jobs, like Nicholas's job, will be to track everything that he eats. And Nicholas said this might be a problem.
Right. And so I want to play the actual audio of Nicholas saying it because it shows you just how organically this came up on the air. Part of the fart monitor process is you have to take pictures of your food and send it to this app because they want to track what makes people fart. It's real science. And here's what Nick had to say. It's 2 minutes.
Do you want me to start wearing it now?
No.
Okay.
No.
He said you have to wait till Adolfo gets it.
You have really no background in science. That would be asinine to have you start wearing it before Adalfo. So you only wear it for 3 days. So there's very little wiggle room in terms of what we can do. But post wearing it, you complete a final survey. So just know that's on the agenda, Nicholas.
Okay.
You'll be forced to write. And I'm excited that you're going to have to take a picture of your food.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're not excited about that?
I'm not excited about that.
If you took pictures of your food yesterday, what would you have taken pictures of?
Yesterday, I don't really remember. I do remember.
Nick, you remember what you eat if you could think about it.
Well, listen, I do remember. Well, I didn't remember actually eating I was told by my wife, eating 3 sub rolls and a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch overnight in my sleep. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
When was this?
Last week.
Okay, whoa. How come you never mentioned this? You're becoming a little Adolfo-ish in your old age. All right, so your wife told you.
Yes.
She said, Nick, you won't believe it. Last night, what was going on? You ate 3 sub rolls and a whole box of...
Well, she was pissed because the day before she bought those sub rolls for dinner. We were making like meatball subs.
You were having
something.
bread.
And apparently, I ate the sub rolls before we even had that planned like dinner, and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which she bought for herself.
Okay, so you ate it all in one night while you were asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Do you do that? You sleepwalk?
I eat a lot.
So do you take Ambien or something?
No. All
right, so Nick, a couple days a week, he will get up and he will go down to the kitchen and he'll eat. And then when he tells the story, he'll throw in a bunch of stuff that's of no interest to anyone. But here is Nicholas. Let's get Nicholas in here because Nicholas has found a doctor, which requires... yeah.
He knew he was coming. This has been scheduled.
I still don't see him. Where is he?
Day.
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
He's moving as quick as he can, John. Don't be cruel.
My bad.
He's not going to beat the trombone.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, boy.
Come on, Nick.
Look at those shorts. They're just begging for mercy. If you touch the side seam of those shorts with a spoon right now, it would pop open like a Pillsbury crescent roll can.
That's not nice. What are you doing? That's not nice.
He's already self-conscious.
Why are
what
you
are you doing?
Nick, why are you bringing all the boys to the yard?
That's not nice.
What? I said you're bringing the boys to the yard.
I know what you're implying.
Implying that you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
We like your short shorts. You're very popular on the yard. People would trade a lot of cigarettes.
You got a big tick bite on your thigh? Oh, that tick. That thing must be the size of a softball, wherever.
Oh, Lyme disease can't survive in his body. Lyme disease is no match for what he's got going on. Jesus. All right, so Nick, put your headphones on.
I won't look at you anymore.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, you're getting all riled up. All right, so you found it. You had never gone to a doctor about this.
No.
We talked to your wife, and she said that it never even occurred to her to get a doctor.
No, because we don't think it's weird. Or we now think it's weird.
All right, I'm going to need Ryan to pick up the phone. So you found this doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this doctor has been on the show before when we were talking about...
It doesn't really matter, but he's been on the show before. His name is Dr. Dennis Teehan.
Teehan, I believe.
He's an MD, MPH.
I don't know what that is.
Is in PCP with Beth Israel Leahy Network.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I remember talking with Dr. Teehan before.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Well, we have him on the phone. Dr. Teehan? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, it is. How you guys doing today? Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to talk to you. Okay, so how much has Nicholas told you about his condition?
Only what I've heard on the radio from listening.
Okay, so this is we're really starting at ground zero here. Are you familiar at all with Nick's past medical history? And we really don't have time to go through it all, but do you have a general idea of what he's been through already?
To be honest with you, I really don't. I know
Okay.
I heard some stuff on the show, but I haven't really.
Let me give you a quick rundown. Don't let Nick do it because you'll be here all day. Long story short, goes to a bachelor party in Texas, comes back 2 days later. His girlfriend at the time comes into the house. Here's moaning and groaning. Where's Nick? I couldn't get in touch with him. She opens the door. Nick is naked, covered in his own pee and poo, rolling around. They air flight him out to some real hospital because he lives in the middle of nowhere. And now he's got some plastic stuff in his ticker. And he's being monitored on a regular basis by medicine doctors.
And he had a stroke.
And he had a stroke.
Some years later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, we're talking about the pee and the poo one. So what he does,
Let's focus on that.
Dr. Teehan, is now, this is absolutely true. None of this is exaggerated for the air. This has been established with his wife. Nick didn't bring this up because he goes, hey, guys, content. He hid this for years and years. But for the last few years, twice a week, he's getting up, going down to the kitchen, and eating food, sometimes a lot of food. He goes back into bed, goes back to sleep. He wakes up with no recollection of doing it. To him this is again a couple days a week. The only thing that seems to have bothered him or anyone else in his family is that the food's gone. No one is particularly concerned about him not remembering things he's doing in the middle of the night, but
concerned about the absence of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Right, more than anything, as you heard in the original story. What do you think about Nick getting up a couple nights a week and going downstairs and eating and having no recollection of it?
Well, first of all, I'm just trying to figure out how someone could eat an entire box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in any situation. That's unbelievable. But actually, what he's describing is not that uncommon. It's a described, well-known sleep disorder called sleep-related eating disorder. And it kind of falls into the same category as things like sleepwalking, sleep talking, night terrors. They're called parasomnias. There are about 7 or 8 of them. And the way that they happen is that when you go from wakefulness to non-REM sleep to REM sleep, it requires a very coordinated process, like a sleep architecture. And for some reason, there's some disruption in that architecture in people like Nick. And what happens is one part of the brain, in very simplified terms, stays turned on.
That's about his brain, very simplified.
Yeah,
simple as can be, in fact. One part of the brain stays turned on, and the other is off. And so you'll get things like people will sleepwalk. They will walk, sometimes walk down the stairs, walk out in the street, those kind of things. So this does happen sometimes with people.
Okay, so it seems like this is more common, or people experience this in childhood. Is this something more common in developing brains? Is that why kids tend to sleepwalk more than adults?
It can happen at any time in life, and it can be. That is an important question. Is this something that's been happening for a long time, or is this something that has changed recently? And a lot of times the problem is just like a primary parasomnia, meaning that this is just some kind of distortion that he has with the sleep architecture. But then there are a lot of times where this can be brought out or elicited by things like sleep apnea or poor sleep hygiene, stress, medications, other sleep disorders. So I think that, that's a critical question, is like, how long has this been going on for?
Talk to me about sleep hygiene, if you would please, Dr. Teehan. What would be an example of bad sleep hygiene?
Well, bathing in your own poo and pee, probably.
Sleeping in a pool of your own excrement.
That's bad, right?
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost as bad for your health as eating an entire box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. But what is sleep hygiene? What does that mean?
So basically, that's practicing good regular sleep, like going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, not using your phone or watching too much television too close to sleep, sleeping in a good environment. The things that we're all hypocrites about, frankly, but it is super important, and it's something as simple as bad sleep deprivation. I forget if Nick has kids, but if the kids are waking you up, he has to be up early every day for the show. Maybe he's not getting enough sleep. That alone could trigger something like this.
Okay, so, but what about his indifference and the family's indifference to it, and not, because it seems to me, you mentioned, walking outside. At what point would a normal patient go, oh, I'm doing things that I don't remember? This is odd. Maybe I should look into it. That seems like something most people would go to a doctor for, right? Because it sounds like it could be dangerous.
10,000%, this is something that you should go to a doctor for. This requires a thorough medical evaluation, really like a proper medical history. Nick needs to go see a doctor. I'd be happy to see him if he does not have a doctor. Go through the whole history. And there are some rare instances, and I don't think Nick's story really fits well with this, but sometimes these things can be rarely reflective of other neurological problems. So a thorough history, going through everything, and then a sleep test is going to be super important. Just, they can do them at home now, so you can get the kit mailed to you, and just do a sleep test and make sure, see if you have sleep apnea, try and improve the sleep hygiene, right? And see if this gets better over the next few months. And then if it doesn't, he should see a specialist.
So Nick is suffering from a sleep-related eating disorder, or SLED, as we call it on the streets. Are there support groups? Are there other things that maybe he can be looking into on his own, because the chances of him actually going to see you or any other physician are remote?
I'm not aware. I'm sure there are. There's support groups for everything these days, so I'm sure there are, but I'm not aware of any specifically.
You're on your own, Nick, unless you go see Dr. Teehan or someone else.
I'll go see Dr. Teehan. I have no problem going to Dr. Teehan.
We will send you a home kit, and we will get to the bottom of this and figure out if you have sleep apnea. We have a saying in medicine: common things happen commonly, right? Tens of millions of people in this country have sleep apnea and don't know it, so that's my bet.
Well, listen, I have done a sleep study, and it came out that I had sleep apnea, and since then I've done nothing about it. But listen.
Well, you returned that gear, didn't you? You set it outside the stoop of the place you picked it up from?
The weirdo place that I picked it up from, yes. And the weird, did they open a door and look both ways and grab it from you and then shut the door behind them? It's the weirdest place on the planet. Like it felt like I was buying a brick of heroin. All right. Well, listen, that's neither here nor there.
Just one more thing. You see patients in your primary care practice. Do you have patients that will come in once every year or two and then unload something on you and say, "Wow, you should have told me about this earlier"? Or are most of your patients pretty good about communicating things like, I don't know, getting up twice a week to eating a fridge full of food?
Well, yes, 100%. People will just come in and dump things, or they'll book a physical, and they'll come in and with a laundry list of like 10 complaints. Very common. So we try to go through everything. There's only so much we can accomplish at one point. But yeah, it's very common for people to come in with things just completely out of left field like this. And this is something that can be treated and easily managed, but it just requires coming in, frankly.
All right. Yeah. Well,
wait, how do you treat it?
You strap you down.
Hide the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, there's so many things wrong with Nick. It's really fun. He's got so many neurological disorders.
My wife did start hiding food away from me. So
there you go.
In the mail.
Well, then her food doesn't go away, and that solves everything.
Well, it's not her food. It's the family's
food.
The
food she doesn't want you to eat stays put.
Are you putting names on your food? Do you and your wife live like college roommates?
No.
Is there a lock on the refrigerator,
yet.
Nick?
Do you mark things with crayon? Are you painting on the walls?
No.
Right, very good.
No.
All right. Dr. Teehan, thank you. And maybe Nick will go see you. I doubt it because he doesn't follow through with much, and he mails things without tracking numbers on it.
Is it all right if we refer to you from this point going forward as Toucher and Hardy medical correspondent?
Absolutely. Friend of the show, love the show, and always happy to help, boys.
All right, thank you, Dr.
Teehan.
Teehan.
Medical correspondent.
Medical correspondent. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We will. That's good to have in our back pocket as we move on.
I'll go see him.
Well, when he said it was common, you got like pretty excited, but then you got less excited when you said that it was when he said it's a neurological disorder.
Yeah, it's scary, but yeah.
How many things do you have wrong with you?
So I have the heart.
One.
I've had maybe 2 or 3 strokes.
Let's just keep that at 1, 2.
Okay. Just stroking.
Yeah, just stroking.
You got the heart, you got the stroking.
Yeah. Now, the strokes, it's blood not getting to your brain?
Right, yeah.
Okay, because, you lose like half your body. Like are they afraid you're going to end up in a wheelchair?
So in 2018, it happened while all the heart stuff was happening. And then in 2022, I don't think you were working that day. This whole hand.
No, I heard. Yeah. I know I was working.
I couldn't move it. Nothing. Like it was just like that. And the doctor actually told me like there's a chance that it might not come back. And I was like, oh well, no. And I tried. It came back obviously, but it was very
obviously
good work.
So what is happening? Why is blood not getting to your brain?
It has to do with me not taking enough blood thinners. I have to take blood thinners for the rest of my life because of the mechanical heart valve in my chest.
Do you forget to take them?
I try not to, but there's been times, yeah.
Yeah, Nick, you're going to end up paralyzed.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, so take the blood thinner.
So I have to go to the doctors every month to get my blood drawn to see where my range is, like my thickness of blood. If it's too low, then they up the dose. So
what about can you strengthen your heart through exercise? Do they suggest that?
Yeah they do.
Nick.
They actually did not give me like a diet to follow or any. The only thing they said was don't like power lift or anything. That was the only thing other than that
because because of the of the stress and that it puts on the heart. I understand,
which is ironic because you kind of have a power lifter body.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, squat, compact.
Yeah.
Squat.
So, you don't want to be paralyzed. I would think that would be the ultimate motivation to like start moving.
Yeah.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Because I smoked for years, and if you went, oh, well, people get lung cancer, you're like, that's in theory. Like, yeah, you could, but you also couldn't, right? But if you have a stroke.
If you had 2 or 3, like small bouts of lung cancer. I'm going to
even go a step
Nick had
further.
2 or 3 strokes.
I'll even go a step further. If you told me I could get paralyzed by smoking and that it would happen suddenly, I would quit smoking immediately, let alone have one of the things that causes paralysis. That's the scary thing about a stroke, is that you can get a stroke and end up really just completely out of it. You don't want strokes. Nicholas?
No.
You got to get yourself together here, son.
I know.
I tease you, but I'm serious about this one.
It's just a hard time right now because
I know, but you're of no use to anyone if you are not moving.
I know.
And you got to be taking care of yourself. You got to take those blood thinners and you got to move around.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
All right.
Strengthen your heart. That's rule number 1. And then always get a tracking number. That's number 2. Because I have my doubts that he's going to get that. All right, bye.
Okay.
Exit music.
Who are you texting? Don't know how you just do it right on the air. Oh, kid. Now, I mean, you got one stroke. You got to get it together. That's scary stuff.
He's only had 3.
You know, that's the kind of thing that contort your face and you can't move one side of your body. That's the kind of stuff that real hellish stuff. You ever read a book by a guy that's had a stroke? It's not good.
Neither of you, but you've listened to him.
No, I've believe me, I read plenty. I'm reading Art Pepper's book right now, reading it with my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd like it.
I started that book you gave me for Christmas. I started it last night.
I saw a documentary where he's featured in it about the guy that they said put beads up his butt to win a chess match.
Hell yeah.
He didn't do that. He actually didn't do that.
Spoiler alert.
I know. But it's a little anticlimactic because it's he didn't do it. But he was a real bad boy, the guy that came in. Yeah, he was real. He would yell and scream on the internet.
Good boy to me.
Yeah.
Good boy.
That's right. Good boy puts the beats in. All right. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
An emergency episode. Duty calls. The walls were closing in as it relates to the legal developments we saw on Monday. Number 1, the Big 12 sues Texas Tech. If he had tried to maintain his argument that he's eligible to play college football this year, the NFL could have said, you can't come to the supplemental draft. You got to make a decision. So his decision is, I'm not going to try to play for Texas Tech this year. That is over, and it will be over tomorrow when that lawsuit is withdrawn.
Something actually interesting happened in college football, which I could care less about now. It's just a very JV version of the NFL that has no benefit. At least in the NFL, not only is the talent greater, the coaching better, and everything else, the venues in a lot of ways are better. They're not the old granddads of them all. But I'll tell you, seeing a game at University of Michigan is no treat compared to being at a brand new stadium. State-of-the-art stadium. I'll stand by that every day of the week. 100,000 people in a hole is not, with no noise, is not as fun as you think.
No noise?
No, and I have season tickets to BC, but let's be honest, it's not a block party. They're cheap and I can walk there. That's essentially what we're dealing with. I hope they win. I don't care when they lose. That's the way that I look at that. All right, I don't watch Michigan State football anymore. I don't watch any of it. So, because in the NFL, you sign a contract, you're under contract. There's certain laws that you have to stand by. There's rules that keep you in place. When you become a free agent, things change. But not so in college football. There's no rules, including if you bet on your own team at $90,000 in gambling on your own team, as Brendan Sorsby did when he was the quarterback at Indiana. They caught him. He admitted to guilt. Now, this is the death penalty. This is Pete Rose. You can't do this. The one thing sports has for it is that the outcome is not predetermined. We've been over this maybe 1,000 times. There's no argument that has ever satisfied me in favor of not punishing these people.
What if they only bet on their own team to win?
It doesn't matter because you're doing things differently. You're doing then that could affect the next game. Pete Rose betting on his team to win. Fine, then he uses his closer in a situation where he normally wouldn't have. Now the next night when he doesn't have money on the game, closer's not available, so they're playing differently.
There's just there
are butterfly effect.
There are multiple reasons, arguments against. For every reason that you bring up, it's not that big a deal. It is. Or it has the potential to be a big deal, and that's why you can't do it. It's the one rule that cannot. There's no wiggle room on it. Should be a zero tolerance for it.
And if you're the one thing that there should be a zero tolerance for, if anything, this would be it. And then people go, well, it's people can gamble on this and that, and people can do this and that. Well, yeah, if you have like some crippling pain, you get fentanyl, but you can't go around and get fentanyl off the street for legally. It's, like everything is like, wow. So yes, you can. Most people can gamble, but the people on the teams can't gamble.
Most people can drink. The guy flying your plane cannot.
Yeah, like, but, just shut up. Like, do you want it all? Like, what is this fairness nonsense? Since when is the world like this? Well, the gambling like advertises on the NFL. It's not fair. Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair that someone was born in a slum in Africa where they were just like they literally have nothing to eat and no means of like rising up in society, and someone's born to a royal family and coddled from and never has anything to worry about. Life's not fair. This is hardly the biggest thing. How hard is it not to do one thing? It can be hard, but when you break that rule, there's punishments. So anyway, Texas Tech looks like complete a-holes now, worse than they did before. So Texas Tech, they say, we want to get an injunction that this kid can play for our team.
They got one from a Texas state judge.
Yeah, the attorney general in Texas, he puts an injunction on it, which is not a ruling. It just kind of holds it in limbo until there is a ruling, which is all he needed to play. So now it's up to Texas Tech. You have to remember, I'm not an idiot, that big an idiot. I know football brings in a lot of money. I know football brings in students. I understand all these things, but at the core, this is a school. How many people went to Texas Tech? You looked it up last week.
Like 42,000.
So currently, at all times, there's 42,000 kids at that school. There's 100 kids on the football team. Do you understand? And there'll be 42,000 kids next year. Like this is your business. There's probably 800 professors. This is the business. Football's nice and brings in a lot of money that lets you do things, but it lets you do things hopefully to help the student body, your alumni, get kids to come in that don't play football. Like, you have to keep some air of shame around negative things that happen around your program. You can't just sit there in a semicircle like casual douchebags like the people from Texas Tech did, running it down how this kid deserves a second chance and this, that, and the third. And pulling like this whole alcoholism thing, AA thing on it. Like he's in recovery. Great. That's awesome. He can't play for you, you idiots. He just you can have sympathy for a kid and help a kid but he's still got to serve the punishment for what he did. You kill someone in a drunk driving accident. God help you. I hope you get sober. And, I hope eventually you help other people and you lead a nice life. But you got to pay for killing the person. You still got to go to jail. You can't just forgive. Just because someone has a problem doesn't mean they can behave any way they want to behave. And believe me, I know. I'm on the side of the person with the problem. But there has to be, you can't just go, oh, it's okay. You have a gambling problem. No, he broke the rule. He broke the rule that keeps you alive, that keeps your business alive. Well, but everyone gambles, gambling money. Yes, everyone can gamble, but him. How about that? That's it.
So as John said, the judge in Texas granted the temporary injunction so that he could play in the upcoming season for Texas Tech. The Big 12 then filed a lawsuit and said, no. We got to stop this from happening.
And the reason for that lawsuit was because the Attorney General went one step further and said, if you try and suspend him, if you try and take any legal action against him, you better be prepared for my office to come down on you.
Right.
The Big 12 heard that and went, okay, how do we avoid that? Well, they got a federal injunction to supersede the state one.
Okay, so Brendan Sorsby looks at all this. He says he's going to apply for the NFL Supplemental Draft, and now Field Yates has some information regarding Sorsby to the Supplemental Draft.
He's got serious moxie. His second reaction skills are all legit. This guy's got the goods to play in the NFL. He's got starting quarterback upside in the NFL. Which team might be interested? Hard not to think about a team like the New York Jets. Still looking for a long-term answer. Plenty of draft capital right now. Geno Smith going to be the starter with Kate Klubnik behind him.
All right, so the supplemental draft works thusly. Only one time a first pick has been used in the supplemental draft, and it was for quarterback Dave Brown from Duke. I believe his name was Dave Brown. Mm-hmm. And I actually remember that. And he became...
Not to be confused with David Duke from Brown.
David Duke went to Brown?
No, but I think he played a little quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay.
He had some weird ideas, but otherwise...
Well, you say weird. Some of us say right.
You could sling it.
But so anyway, in the supplemental draft, what you do is that you basically are ranked based on your picks, and you could, like, say the Steelers offer up a third-round pick and the Jets offer up a third-round pick. The Jets' third-round pick is better than the Steelers, so the Jets win, so on and so forth. The Jets have 3 first-round picks. The idea that they're giving up a first-round pick for this kid is asinine. They could just wait for the draft and combine all their picks and go up and get it anyway. So a kid that didn't gamble on their own team. I highly doubt anyone gives up more than a 2.
If the Jets gave up a high 2 for that, that's not necessarily a bad gamble, considering they have
they have 3 first-round picks. If they wanted to do that, sure. I wouldn't have a problem with them giving up a 2 to bring him in and see what you get. And if he sucks, he sucks, and then you go fine. If we have 3 first-round picks and we basically control the draft, I wouldn't have a problem with them giving up a 2. And how dare you say it'd be high? You saw what the Patriots did last year. Be the 31st pick in the draft for all you know. Geno Smith had a good year 3 years ago.
My bad.
You're
right. Gambling was a bad thing to say there.
So anyway, this kid now is going to go to the NFL. But what this does is, because he goes, wait a second, I might not be able to play a lot. Like, who knows how long they're going to make me sit out. And then that's going to hurt my draft stock. I best just get into the supplemental draft now. But what he did is he left Texas Tech hanging there, so they had to defend him in the face of every reasonable human being and make their university look like garbage. And he turns around and double freedom rockets them and gets into the supplemental draft. So now into Texas Tech sat there like a bunch of a-holes with no conscience and no morals or no standards at all. And they don't even get the kid they did it for.
Not only
congratulations.
They have to pay.
Yeah, I know.
They don't have to, but they're going to.
But it's like such a minor thing in the whole scale of it. Like, you went to the mattresses, you made yourself look ridiculous. You made your university look like there's no code, there's no standard. It just looks like a joke, some hillbilly yeehaw joke that's like in it with, like, you know, Boss Hogg and the rest of the gang down at City Hall, like just a bunch of stupid bumpkin Texans. And you did it. And you made yourself look awful. Now the kid's gone. Teehan. Way to go, dumbasses. You alienated the whole conference. You alienated the NCAA. You alienated everyone with a brain in their head. You probably alienated 3/4 of your student body. And congratulations. If you lived in Texas and all of the money was the same, and your kid you could go to Texas Tech or Texas, this doesn't favor Texas Tech.
No.
Texas Tech in your eyes.
No, it doesn't.
You're thinking,
not a good look.
You're like, what the hell is going on over there? Bunch of idiots. All right. Well, very good. Let me tell you this. Be listening this morning at 8:55 for your chance to score a pair of tickets to see the Black Crowes. David Duke does not like that. Friday night at the Xfinity Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. We will have those coming up at 8:55. Here are the headlines. Kaboom! Did we all just take acid? Take acid? It's unbelievable.
Toucher and Hart. What's he talking about?
Like you, Fred. I'm not worried.
The Sports Hub.
The World Cup is going on. In fact, in just a matter of hours, John will be at the World Cup game between Iraq and somewhere else.
Norway.
Yep, who cares?
How does that affect your nap schedule today, John?
No nap today.
No
nap.
You got time for a nap?
I do have time for a nap, but I got to pick up. The kids only have a half day. They have finals today. It's a whole thing. I got to take one somewhere. I just have too much to do. No nap.
He's going to be cranky tomorrow.
Yep.
So what are you going to do? So you said there's a big barbecue in the parking lot?
Yep.
Are you going to pretend you like either of the teams?
No. I'm not going to paint my face, and I don't even know what the colors for Norway or Iraq are, but no.
So you'll just be basically an observer.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. It should be a good atmosphere, if nothing else.
I'll see it from above. Popcorn on the ground.
Don't need a ticket. What is that?
I don't know.
Just getting random music piped in the background.
I don't know.
All right.
All right. I don't know why it's so hard to play a bird noise.
Too hard.
All right. Very good. All right. So we're going to have someone on to talk about it in just a moment, one of the analysts that's covering the game. But first, Mike Francesa, Hardy.
Yes, Mike Francesa. Now, this goes back to when he was still on The Fan. And I get the sense that this caller is trolling Mr. Francesa.
No, that never happens.
I can kind of hear it in his voice. He wants to talk about the beautiful game, and you can probably guess Mike Francesa's interest level in talking soccer.
One of the great Francesa things is someone calls and talks to him about if he farted the day before, and he hangs up on him and he goes, what a jerk, what an idiot. He hold on this whole time, and he's like, what is he? And then one of the producers is like, well, the New York Post wrote about you farting. And like has to and he's like, what? And then he reads the whole article out loud.
Because he has nothing better to do.
And he goes, are you crazy? I taped that. You think that was from a taped pod? Do you think that we would leave if I farted? You think they'd leave it in? So he's like admitting they tape the first part of the show, which why the hell do you do that? And then he's like, we would have edited out the fart. And it's like, well, what if no one heard it? Like nothing he said made any sense. It was so great. He because he can hang up with the guy. He's like, he's an idiot. Cause he's like, I read the part about you. I read about you farting today. And he's like, idiot. And then the producer's like, you were in the New York Post. Page 6 wrote about you farting. All right. So here he is talking about soccer, which John loves.
I have to follow it at all. I mean, there's pretty good games out there.
Are you talking about the soccer?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good tournament. It's the end of the tournament, the most important stages.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So, you know what? I'm glad you enjoyed it.
There was a 6-1 game today, man. That's pretty good. Have you tried to look into it at all?
No, I have no interest, thank you.
Do your kids watch it at all?
Watch soccer?
Yeah, like
I hope not.
FIFA on the PlayStation. They play with Messi. I mean, he's very popular with kids.
He is?
You should give it a shot. I mean, it's a pretty entertaining tournament.
Wait, soccer's exciting. Listen, maybe if soccer's exciting on TV, you know what? I haven't yet grasped it if it's exciting on TV.
I mean, they're preempting and look at it.
Listen, wait a second. I'm doing a radio show during the day. You think I have time to watch the TV show that's on when I'm on? Do you think that's what I do is watch the TV show?
Yeah. What do you think he's doing?
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking 100 phone calls. He's pretty busy.
So at this point, much like I'm not going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about it. He just said, you think I got time to watch this soccer tournament while I'm on the air? What do you think he does next?
gives the Mets score that's currently of a game that's currently going on.
He starts fiddle-effing around with the remote trying to find the soccer game. I love this.
Because he's never done play-by-play of a baseball game. Has been going on while he's doing his show. Of course, it's impossible to watch TV.
We got to find all the games today, folks, on TBS, which on...
Oh, so now he's doing a read. Okay. Is that what he's doing?
Oh, no. No, he's got the remote in his hand.
Okay. On when I'm on? Do you think that's what I do is watch the TV show? We got to find all the games today, folks, on TBS, which on my DirecTV is 242. Is that what it is? 240? I think it's 242. Let me see if I'm right. 242? TBS, 242. Let me say. No, 242, I think, is you. Let me see if it's 242. Hold on. It's USA 242. It's right around there.
Yeah. He doesn't have time for any shenanigans. First of all, is he at home? Like on my DirecTV. Well, it doesn't matter. It's like I
thought he was in studio. He's saying on my DirecTV it's this, but here in the studio,
I don't have time for any of this foolishness.
I need to click a.
I told you the only time I ever heard Mike and the Mad Dog on WFAN. I was on Jersey Shore Beach, and I went, and I was so bored. It occurred to me to pick it up, and I love Mad Dog, but the two of them, I turned it on, and it was. I'm telling you, Jack Johnson. The Jack Johnson, 1923.
Hold on, there's something about
through,
Gentleman Jim Corbett in here too. Hold on, let me find it.
They were going through a sports almanac. This is like, probably 97, 98. They were going through a sports almanac.
No, here's a page on James J. Braddock.
To find out some ancient-ass boxer's record.
Yeah, he built the Verrazano Bridge.
I've never heard that much dead air in my entire life. They just felt no need to fill the air. It's just like dead, static air.
They're on 1 to 6. They're on phone calls all the time.
Look, I love Mad Dog. I listen to him all the time.
2? Is that what it is? 240? I think it's 242. Let me see if I'm right. 242? TBS, 242. What did I say?
I just, even, when he sleeps, he rolls over and goes, wait a second. Like, he just says, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
TBS, 242. What did I say? No, 242, I think, is you. Let me see if it's 242. Hold on. It's USA 242. It's right around there.
Yeah, cool. It's somewhere in that vicinity. It's numbers. I mean, TBS has got numbers.
There's a lot of T's, TNT, TBS.
Yeah, TNT, TNA. Whoa, that's not appropriate. All right. Well, look, like it or not, John's going to be at this stupid soccer game tonight.
Everybody likes
like a big idiot. And we're going to have a guy to talk about it. No, it was highly rated in Boston. I guess the World Cup, the USA game.
Second biggest market in terms of viewership.
Biggest market. I don't have time for any of this stuff. My time is too precious.
Sure.
Moment.